Get your hands out of your pants. Just because the cock is crowing doesn't mean you need to be massaging your cock. It is time for the latest, the greatest episode of your favorite politically incorrect Saturday morning pop culture commentary podcast.
Happy 4th of July, kids. We know you celebrated late because we know you kids were shooting firecrackers boom, boom, boom.
And hopefully all of your digits are intact. Hopefully you have all your fingers and all your toes. So we'll give you a pass this weekend as long as you did not blow off
anything.
Yes. Yeah. We're not talking about that 21st digit. God. Oh my God.
No,
please.
Yeah. No.
Please. No. 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 Don't tell me you're strapping bottle rockets to that. That's your Uncle Dave, the Conquistador, Dave Height.
That's your Uncle Kev, the Maestro Kevin Crane.
Glad to have you here on July the 5th, 2025 for your Saturday morning hangover cure, otherwise known as Sports Frenzy 2.0, the weekend edition.
And I have to ask, did that line slide under the radar with you?
Of course it did. It did, yes. Are you going to abuse me right off the bat here?
The kids are lighting firecrackers, boom, boom,
No,
boom.
I knew that was Roger Klein.
Okay, I was waiting for the comment.
No, here's the problem, is I don't know how many people out there get it because we are Roger Klein and the Peacemakers devotees. But I don't know how many people out there get it. As much as we try to tell them, listen to Roger Klein and the Peacemakers. Listen to the Black Moods. Listen to the Cold Stares. How many of them are actually doing it? They should. They should follow every little tiny bit of advice we give them.
Because it's all about the music.
But of course,
which is what we start off with every week. And I wanted you to get in the soapbox on that to introduce the music segment this week.
Yes, and we're doing cassette classics this week. And it was my choice. So, I decided, let us delve into the very first album from Queens of the Stone Age. Couple albums out before they became very, very big. Of course, we were supposed to see them in concert last year. Got postponed, and then you had to go on your lovey-dovey little vacation, and we could have seen them, but no.
I wasn't going to go see them on my anniversary date.
Yeah. Love. That's what I feel about love.
Okay, Jay Giles.
Yeah. We are damn well going to see them the next time they go out on tour. 2026, 2027. I need to see them before they're done.
There we go.
But of course, you know, the whole idea behind cassette classics, your Uncle Dave, of course, came up with that brilliant name, is that we are delving into older albums from the late 70s through the early 90s that slipped under the radar, that were follow-ups to popular albums that bombed.
Or debuts that didn't take off for a band until maybe they hit their second or third.
So, the interesting thing about this album, there are two versions of this album. We decided, of course, as always, to go with more. We could have gone with less, but we went with more.
Sometimes more is more, sometimes more is less. Or less is more, and we're getting confusing now.
Well, at least you didn't bring up Les Nessman. But I actually think you might be onto something.
Because less would have been more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I looked at the condensed, the shorter version, we went with the full version. 14 songs.
Yeah.
The condensed version only had 11. Cut about 15 minutes out. Would have been much better. Although there's one song that I would have kept and one I would have cut. So we'll get into that. But this is a band trying to find their way. Obviously.
Yeah, they didn't know what they wanted to be in this one. Did they? What year did this one come out?
Oh, God. I couldn't tell you.
I don't even remember.
Didn't even look. But, see, because I got confused because of when the initial cut, and then the reissue, and then the other reissue came out. So, they've released this album in different versions 2 different times.
The one September 98. I don't know if that's the reissue of this
I think
one.
I think that's the original.
Okay.
That was the shorter one, and then I think the next one...
Well, no, that's the one that I popped up with was this full.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
I thought I'm basing it on the covers, because you got the cover with the space age woman with the boobs, and then you've got the cover with the black woman with the pearls and the lingerie. Okay? The one with the space age woman and the boobs was the shorter version, and we listened to the one with the pearls and the lingerie and the black woman.
The long
and inside,
version.
I bought it, so I have the cover inside the liner notes, and she's got some Farrah Fawcett torpedoes going on, let me tell you.
Well, there you go.
But here's the problem. 14 songs on the one we listened to. This is the full, longest version you're going to get of their debut album. We could have gotten rid of 3 songs, go back to the condensed version, would have been better. Because the problem with this version is there's 3 instrumentals.
Yeah.
And they really don't need to be there.
They don't do anything. Hispanic impressions. These aren't the droids you're looking for. And spiders and vinegaroons.
Right.
And
now, 2 of those 3 were not included on the original version. Hispanic impressions was.
That should have been knocked out.
The problem is, Spiders and Vinegaroons is 6 minutes long.
6 minutes and 26 seconds.
It's a waste of time.
Big time. It's... What the hell... I will say, the guitar work on this album was great.
This is what I'm saying.
Good guitar.
The album is, they're trying to find their way.
But it's such odd compositions. What's with all the beeps and boops and...
That's where I have a problem with the end. With I Was a Teenage Hand Model was just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Absolute waste of time.
Abysmal.
And that is on both versions.
Ugh.
So they felt like that was worth keeping.
I don't know why. It was the worst.
Now, here's the thing. If you were to cut it down to about 40 minutes, I could make this a great album. I could make this a great album for 40 minutes.
Yeah, there's a couple of songs that you could have tweaked a little bit and massaged down.
I would have kept the first 5 songs.
Yeah.
I probably would have kept the first 8 songs, honestly.
Yes.
And then I probably would have cut
8.
most of... I probably would have cut everything except for You Can't Quit Me, Baby, and Give the Mule What He Wants. I would have kept those.
I would have kept...
That would have given...
I would have kept the mule. I would have... You Can't Quit on Me. No.
You didn't like it?
No.
See, I like that one.
Yeah, that one didn't do anything.
But what we hear with this album is the formation of this band. I will tell you this. Track 7, How to Handle a Rope, is one of the greatest Queens of the Stone Age songs I've ever heard.
It's one of the best.
That is what they were to become.
Yeah, that was good.
It's hard, it's heavy, it's catchy.
Yes.
If Only is the other one. If Only
was pretty good too.
Foreshadows where they could go in terms of being a little more poppy, putting together stuff that would be more radio friendly. The rest of it's hit and miss. The rest of it is hit and miss.
There's good and bad with all the songs.
Yeah.
The vocals don't come through in regular John. It's just mumbly,
I
low.
think that's a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
I think the vocals are really in the background.
Weak background. It was not produced well at all.
Right. I agree completely on that. This is an album about riffs, not really song structure. It's more about, do I have a good riff? Then let's make it a song.
Yeah. Crank it out and let's expand on it and take it as long as we can. And they did not have a good producer.
But this is where you've got the stoner desert rock stuff.
Yeah.
And this feels like that.
Big time.
That's what... I will play it in the background in the future because the riffs
piece.
Are mesmerizing. The riffs throughout are awesome. But like you said, the vocals, when they're there, are drowned out. For the most part, they're not important. They don't matter.
Yeah.
It's more about the riff in the song.
And then they throw in the weird noises, the sound effects.
That's especially towards the end.
Yeah.
Especially towards the end, yeah. But this is, again, why we do this, is because this is the formation. This is where we see how the band gestated and how they pulled everything together. And a couple albums later became the rock
who
gods.
they are.
Now, see, I can already tell I'm going to like this album more than you.
You probably are.
But I am still agreeing with you. Too many instrumentals. The instrumentals suck for the most part. The last song, I Was a Teenage Hand Model, sucked.
Oh, that was the worst.
But beyond that, I could live with the rest of the album.
It was okay.
I will give it a week 3 Frenzies.
I couldn't go 3, but I didn't quite think it was as bad as a 2. I've got the dreaded 2.5.
I was trying to avoid that, yeah. Although I will probably bring that up later in the show. But this one I liked enough where I would give it a week 3. Like I said, I'll play it in the background.
Yeah. See, I didn't dislike it enough to give it the 2 where I couldn't recommend it, but there's enough on here that you can find something to enjoy with it.
Yeah, there are, the songs I definitely recommend are, again, How to Handle a Rope. Could be one of their strongest songs ever.
Yeah.
I love that song. I can't get enough of that song. Walking on the Sidewalks is really good, except that goes on too long.
That could have been cut down.
And if only is the foreshadowing of where they were going to end up going with stuff like Little Sister, the poppier stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just a bigger fan of them than you are, I think. Sorry.
Especially for this early stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, now this was the last one I needed to complete my collection, so now I have everything by them. I don't know if this is the worst, to be honest with you. They've got some albums
They got some that are
a
little sketchier.
It's albums that people like more than I do, let's put it that way. Where, we were when you showed up tonight for taping, I was listening to, Threes and Sevens?
Which is my favorite.
That album as a whole sucks. But
it has one of their best songs.
Era Vulgaris is not a good album. I would take this over that.
Wow.
But yeah, Threes and Sevens is an awesome song. So. And you just wanted to watch it because the video has all sorts of naked women and
they weren't naked.
Various stages of bondage.
They were half naked.
You just liked it because they were all leather clad and.
Well, yeah, and that's probably that's why it was on repeat when I came in.
I don't care. I have no shame. Nobody can judge me.
I appreciate the female form.
You're the one that just went off on the week-long love fest, okay? Holding hands and walking along the edges of the Great Lakes.
Yep.
And I was watching
Walking the beach.
3s and 7s on a loop.
There you go. All right. What music tidbits do you have for the kids this week?
Well, we've got a new Foo Fighters song, which we're going to review next week.
Yep, today's song.
Yep. The Foo Fighters released a new song for the 30th anniversary of the formation of the band.
Good grief, 30 years already.
I already had issues with it, by the way.
No.
Yeah. Well, remember the last album wasn't that good?
No, it was kind of rushed.
From 2 years ago?
Yeah. Where there was like...
I just had this. We'll discuss next week.
We'll get it next week.
When we review it. So, that's it for music, though. That's all I got.
All right.
So, let's move on to some TV and streaming and movie news. Yeah, you missed out on my review of Tires last week, season 2, which you still begrudgingly are holding out on. You will not watch, but it has been renewed. It has been renewed for season 3. So it's now worth watching.
Now I may have to go back.
Tires has been renewed. Shane Gillis, season 3. You're going to have to watch it now. You're going to have to. You're going to have to.
Yeah. All right.
Now, I know you know about this because your wife actually texted me about it when you guys were on vacation. Because this is coming from the crew that gave us What We Do in the Shadows. Collaborating with the great Mel Brooks. So we lose What We Do in the Shadows, but we gain very young Frankenstein.
Oh, this has so much potential. So much potential.
And of course, the producers have already referenced Colin in terms of that storyline that we saw at the end of What We Do in the Shadows. Colin Robinson, of course, growing back from a baby
into his
and they're kind of looking at that as their way to make this work.
Nice. No,
now here's a question for you. Here's a question for you. I'm not a big AI guy because I know AI steals.
AI sucks.
But if there's a way, if they do this with very young Frankenstein, wouldn't you want them to at least in the first episode somehow have Gene Wilder and Peter Boyle?
No, can't do it. If it's very young, it needs to precede.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's going to have to be something to set it up. So if they go back in time.
If they cut from the movie somehow.
Ooh, you are really all against AI.
Yes.
Wow.
I do not want AI generation of those two great actors.
Okay. I appreciate that. I respect that.
There's some things you just don't fuck with.
So we're going to have a discussion about free speech later, and let's see how you fall on that.
No AI at all.
I am not suggesting AI on this one, so don't get mad at me. But there is a sequel in the works, potentially. Crimson Tide. Nobody's talking about bringing Gene Hackman back, but Denzel Washington would now be the older submarine captain, possibly arguing and having conflict with a younger You seem like you're constipated.
Yeah, I'm not wild about a new Crimson Tide.
I'm with you. Why
No,
mess
there's
with
no
it? Why?
point.
Why mess with it?
There's no reason for it. It was a one and done. There's no.
This
It's
is
just
what
a bad idea.
this is what your Uncle Dave's doing to me right now. Yeah. 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 This is what he's doing to me.
Oh, you think it's a good idea?
No, I don't. I am a little bit more on the side of AI with the Young Frankenstein thing, though.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Dennis Villeneuve, the mastermind, as they call him, behind Dune, has been tapped. He will be the director of the next James Bond movie.
I was hesitant when I first heard that until I heard him talking about it. Where he is a proclaimed diehard fan and will keep things true. We'll see if he's allowed to do that.
I don't have any feelings one way or the other about this. It's all going to be about who gets cast as James Bond.
I thought they already did.
No, they haven't committed yet.
Ah.
So that's what I care about. Once I hear who is going to be the next James Bond,
Once it's
then
official.
I will be either happy or pissed off beyond belief. So we'll see.
I thought it was a foregone conclusion.
Who are you, Aaron Taylor Johnson? Yeah. I'm fine with that, but I have not heard confirmation of that. He would be fine with that'd be my pick. But no, I have not. No. You don't even have to look that up because that would have been bigger news. If he'd been told you're the next James Bond, that would have been all over the place. That's not happened.
Well, they're probably waiting for another big reveal, like they did when they had Daniel Craig in the boat going down the river. God, don't do something that stupid. Just make the announcement.
See, you seem a lot more confident about this than I do. It's Hollywood. They will find a way to fuck this up.
They will fuck it up.
They will not go with Aaron Taylor Johnson because he's the obvious best pick. They will find a way to appease all the stupid little fringe groups.
Just don't do it.
Now here's some good news.
As he says with the shit-eating smirk.
Oh, you and I love these types of movies. We've got another one to look forward to.
What's A24 giving us this time?
No. I don't know if I'm ever going to watch an A24 movie ever again. What a waste of time their movies are.
Oh, they've gotten...
No, I was just going to say, I'm still trying to find Popeye the Slayer Man somewhere on streaming, but now we're going to have to look for Minnie's Midnight Massacre. Minnie's Midnight Massacre has just wrapped.
Oh, God.
And there are pictures out there of Minnie Mouse, who's going on a
killing
slaughter rampage. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, your Uncle Dave and I love.
Oh, God, we love this stuff.
Yep. But seriously, when do we get to see Popeye the Slayer Man on streaming?
Come on. It's not fair.
Peacock's usually the one that steps up and does this. That's where we got the Mousetrap. That's where we got the 2 Winnie the Pooh movies.
Yeah, come on.
Step up here, kids. Now, this is a 2-parter. Because I'm going to give you the news, and then we're going to discuss it more later. Maybe at the end of the show. All right. Now, I've not read all of his books, but the ones I've read, I've enjoyed. and that is one Carl Hyacin. And I do like Scott Speedman, of course, starred in the early years of Animal Kingdom, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Scott Speedman is set to star as R.J. Decker. That is the name of the show, coming from ABC, based on Carl Hyacin's Double Whammy.
Okay.
And like I said, we'll have more to talk about
later.
For right now, all good. All good. Of course, we're dealing with ABC, which means we're dealing with
the rat.
Yeah. All right, let's move into TV and streaming. Dave and I have a lot of shows, so you'll have to forgive us if we have crossed. He's watching some, I'm not watching others. We're trying to keep up, all that kind of BS.
We do what we can.
I have not started watching Squid Game Season 3 yet.
We have not started Season 2 yet,
okay,
so
I didn't
we're
know.
okay.
I did watch the first episode of Countdown with Jensen Ackles on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
You haven't watched that yet?
No.
Okay. I was kind of worried that was going to be the one where you were going to be way out in front of me on
No, haven't even started it yet.
There's 4 out now as of right now.
Okay.
We're taping here on July the 2nd. This is dropping on the 5th. The 4th episode just dropped tonight on Prime. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not overly impressed. Don't hate it, don't love it.
Yeah. No, the one that we've kind of through 4 episodes now on Netflix is, I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago, Department Q.
Yes.
Which is the, over in Britain, the cold case squad that's been started with the lead detective who's an asshole. Think of it as Dr. House as a policeman. Nobody likes him, but he's building his cold case team, and they're working on their first one, and it's catchy.
I've heard good things.
So we're enjoying it. I think you might appreciate it.
Once I get through this entire freaking list, maybe. Because then we just, this past weekend, finally, after months and months and months, it debuted overseas, and Nautilus finally debuted on AMC. I know the first 2 episodes are out right now. I am looking forward to this. I love the story of Nemo.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
the Nautilus.
That's one that I have been waiting for, anticipating.
I did watch one more episode of Poker Face.
You're still not caught up.
I am.
Which one?
I am into episode 6 right now. I just finished the baseball one.
Oh, jeez.
I know.
We're through 10 have dropped.
I know.
You're killing me.
I'm losing interest. It's just, there's something about it that's stalling out on me. I'm going to keep watching it. I still love the format, the homage to Columbo, but I don't know, something just... I don't know. I'm tired of the bullshit.
It's kind of a
I'd
slow
rather
pacing.
I'd rather have her solve the crimes than just pull out the bullshit detector. Oh, you bullshit. You lied.
Yeah.
Okay. Solve the crime.
Yeah.
Okay?
We don't need to hear bullshit every 2 seconds.
Yeah. Then we have Duster. Which, of course, next week we will have our full season review for you. As Duster, as you're listening to this right now, is done. All episodes are available on HBO Max. I am really torn on this one.
I know. The premise is great. Most of it is very good. But they're driving the PC stuff down your throat.
And not only that, but you get into a rut with episodes maybe 5 and 6 where it's just the same bullshit every week. Somebody else has found out that the FBI agent and the driver are in cahoots.
Yeah.
So what can they do to stop that?
No.
So this to me, I'm sorry, this is one. If this ends after episode 8, I'm fine with it. I don't think it should carry on.
No, this is just a one and done season. Yeah. There's no way to keep it.
And
going.
However they conclude it, and again, you kids maybe already have seen it. Hopefully, if they end it well, it's a nice 8-episode, solid series.
Yep. Just give it a clean ending.
Then we've got the one show that I did watch and catch up on, Resident Alien. I am through episode 4 now on that. I'm loving this year.
This season is the best we've had.
Good Lord, I am with you 100% on that.
This one is
I am
just
laughing every 5 seconds on this. Yeah. The writing is sharp.
The actors, they're...
Yep.
The first one was tough coming back after the hiatus. It took them a while to find their way working together.
All the outer space crap to wrap up. But once they brought everything back to Earth...
And then everything is just... Boom.
Yep.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm with you. 100%. This is easily up there with season 1.
Yes.
It's the best ever.
Yeah, they brought
Sharp,
it back.
Funny,
edgy
ridiculously.
again.
Yeah. Yep. The writing is so good on this show.
Yeah.
Especially, who was writing season 2 is what I want to know.
I have no idea.
Season 2 was so bad compared to the other seasons.
I still love that from a couple episodes back, the milk spit take. That had to
I am now lactose intolerant.
That had to have been ad-libbed.
So funny. That was so funny.
And it just...
What was it, Darcy? Darcy was covered in milk. She's been awesome this season.
Darcy has been phenomenal.
She has been awesome this season. I love her. God, I love her. And then her drunk buddy.
Oh, God.
Who can dig a grave this good? We get 5 stars. 5 stars.
Did you get a rating request? Yeah. I mean, it's perfect.
Oh, they're gonna have to clean that room up. We're gonna have to move you to another room. She's awesome, and she's a minor character.
I know, but she steals. I know.
That's the thing. That's what's great about the show is that everybody. I'll tell you the one character I now hate, though, and you and I, a couple years ago, would have never believed this. The mayor's wife. I'm sick of her. She's a bitch. She's a bitch.
Well,
and number 2, feed her a sandwich.
Yeah, she's gotten.
Has she not lost like 60, 70 pounds?
She has gotten way too thin.
Yeah, she looks.
Kind of scary.
Now he, of course, doesn't look right in terms of he looks like a handsome male model with a little bit of work done, but
yeah, no, that's.
But all the other characters, I just love them. The kids, I love them.
Kids are great. Yep. The sheriff.
Sheriff gets better and better every time, and I'm finally happy the deputy, she drops weight.
Oh, God, yeah.
And now she's finally getting taken seriously.
Yep. No, it's...
You got to watch Resident Alien, kids.
Yeah. We need to bring Asa's dad back.
Yep. Now that brings me to my review. Now, anybody who listened last week knew this was coming, but your Uncle Dave didn't know.
No, I did not.
Because he wasn't here. So why didn't I catch up on Poker Face? Why didn't I catch up on Squid Game? Because I was watching The Waterfront on Netflix. You remember a little show we watched called Animal Kingdom years
Yes.
ago? That took place on what? The West Coast, right?
Yeah. Now.
Take the Animal Kingdom crew, transplant them to North Carolina, and you get the Waterfront. In fact, you actually have one actor from that show, Jake Weary, Darren, who goes from the West Coast now. He is the son on the East Coast. You have got Colt McElhaney playing the father. Maria Bello plays the mother.
Oh.
And then you've got what's her name? Benoist? Melissa Benoist, who was Supergirl for all those years on the CW. She plays the daughter, this dysfunctional family running this
North Carolina
fishing
town.
and shipping industry, except, are they doing something illegal?
On the side.
Yes, and that, of course, gets them wrapped up in all sorts of bullshit. You get another special guest star jumps in halfway through as the evil bastard who will make their lives a living hell, and you'll never, ever believe who it is. I'm not telling you. You're going to have to watch.
I'll have to watch it.
But at episode 4, you will find out the drug kingpin who comes into play to really fuck up their lives because they get in way too deep.
Alrighty then.
But you'll see Jake Weary right away and go, oh shit. Yep, Animal Kingdom. This has got the same vibe. Not
as edgy.
Not quite as edgy. No, a little bit more, I don't want to say PC, but it's still violent, still lots of blood.
So it's
still people getting killed left and right, but
more network available.
Yeah. Animal Kingdom's still the best. Never going to be topped.
Brilliant.
But you still got the family dynamic. I'll give Kevin Williamson credit. He, of course, is the guy behind this. He's the mastermind behind all the Scream movies and Dawson's Creek. So it's kind of a combination, really, of those two. You got some blood and some guts and some gore and some of the family drama.
Dramas.
Yeah, some of the family drama. I wouldn't say touchy-feely. That's a little
Not
too...
quite.
That's mean.
Okay.
It's not that bad. But yeah. But I liked it. I did.
Right.
It's only 8 episodes.
That's not
You'll
bad.
knock it out real quick. I'll give it a strong 3 frenzies.
All right, there we go.
You do have a little bit of a cliffhanger, and so far it looks like it's doing very well on the ratings, so
Hopefully.
I'm anticipating a season 2. But Holt McElhaney is awesome. You will know him the minute you see him. I know you hate the Mission Impossible movies, but he was in the last one.
I don't hate the Mission Impossible movies.
Okay, remember the commercial? Do you remember watching the commercial for the last one that just came out? And remember the guy who said you gave him an aircraft carrier?
Oh, yeah.
That's Holt McElhaney.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Nice.
He is awesome beyond belief. Like you obviously like Maria Bello. So, great show. Great. I enjoyed it thoroughly, completely sucked me in.
Cool.
Again, only 8 episodes.
Not bad.
Something you could watch with Mrs. C.
Maybe.
The boys might find it a little bit too tame compared to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
But
yeah, maybe not.
Oh, what I was going to say about Kevin Williamson, credit to him. Love him for this. He plays the game so well when it comes to I've got to cast everybody to check boxes, right? I've got to check boxes. He checks the boxes and then fucking says, forget it. He brings in a couple characters that checks boxes, and then he says, we'll never discuss their background again.
Good.
We'll never discuss their background again.
So nothing's excellent.
Yeah, they don't pound you over the head with, the skin color of this person, or the background of this person, or the sexual inclination of this person. They mention it briefly, and then nope, they're just normal people outside of that.
And that's all
that's needed. The way it should be.
Exactly.
So let's hope season 2, if they go season 2, doesn't abandon that.
Yeah, that he doesn't get, well, if you want to make season 2, then you have to boo, boo, boo.
Yeah. So, Waterfront, strong 3 frenzies from the Maestro.
Very cool.
So we will see down the road if the Conquistador wants to partake.
See if I can get into that, because I still have to finish Night Agent Season 2. I'm only 1 into that.
I gotta start that, yeah. I still haven't watched Black Mirror. Good Lord.
No, good grief.
So.
There's just so many options.
Book review this week, right?
I do.
Paperback writer.
So, we have Jeffery Deaver's most recent Colter Shaw tale, South of Nowhere. Of course, Colter Shaw is the character that the TV show Tracker is based on, which is very well done.
Yeah, sorry. I started this book and I abandoned it. I might go back to it. I don't know.
There are some awkward phrasing and writing in this. But there's a lot going on in this one.
Okay.
Multiple storylines. So, of course, Colter gets a call from his sister, who's a disaster response person. She's down at this little town where a levee is about ready to break apart because of flooding. And
3 vehicles.
One got off. One is still stuck on the levee. And the third one got washed away. So Colter's called in to help with the search and rescue for this missing family. And so he gets there doing his thing, winds up getting attacked by somebody on public land while he's doing his search. What's going on? Is he on a property he's not supposed to? No, it's public land. So, moving forward, not going to tell you. You got to read it to find out the fate of the family, but that's just one piece.
That's one of the cars that went in when the levee collapsed, yeah.
So, they're getting that. Turns out they're trying to find out, the levee was partially blown up. Who's doing it? Well, representatives from the Army Corps of Engineers show up. They figure all this out. They're supposedly having more equipment brought in, bomb netting to keep the devastation if they think there's more explosives. They're trying to figure out who would do it. Is it the mine owner in town trying to drive out the farmer whose family she's trying to keep her farm going with the water rights? Or is she trying to get rid of the miner? Miner winds up getting whacked, blown up. So now, what's going on here? The attacker, mastermind behind things, but who's he working for? So many developers and whatnot. It's an enigma and a mystery. He pulls it off pretty well down the line, despite some of the awkwardness.
Yeah,
I still think he's using some AI help on this one.
Yeah, early on it just lost me.
Yeah.
I might go back to it
something
eventually,
that's
but
not right. And while they're trying to figure all that out, they're still delving into their father, Ashton's life and his records and everything, and they find a letter that, oh, he's got another daughter, so they have a half sister who's
yeah.
been asking around trying to find the family compound. Is it for nefarious purposes or not? So there's a little more family drama in there. So because of the awkwardness of some of the stuff, I will give it a very weak 3 because of that. But it's still a decent tale if you can get by that and overlook it for the storyline itself.
Yeah, and you and I were talking about this before we started tonight. I am just getting so short with my patience with some of these writers. And that's why I got through about 75 pages of South of Nowhere and put it aside, is because some of the writing was so clunky and like you said, possibly AI assisted. And then I told you I picked up Stephen King, and I got 4 pages into that, and I said, Jesus Christ, you could have said this in 2 sentences, and it took you 4 pages?
Yeah.
So I am still getting through James Lee Burke, who is still the greatest writer out there, although this particular book is a difficult read because it's told from the viewpoint of a teenage girl. And he's still unbelievable writer, but it's just very hard to relate, and it's a very brutal book to read. There's a lot of things in it that make you uncomfortable and make you not want to read it.
Yeah, I just picked it up, so I know you're still trying to get through it. So
yeah, I'll be done in a couple weeks.
Next...
So we'll probably sync up for this one in a couple weeks.
So we will give you a full review for that one.
Don't forget me, little Bessie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But and no, of course, South of Nowhere turned out to be decent if you can get through the clunkies.
Yeah, once I get done with Burke, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm in that nether region. That might be my next one. Seriously. I need to read something decent.
Oh, the Longmires are so good.
And I know they are. As I look over my right shoulder to my book closet, and I know I've got every single Walt Longmire book in there, and I've read absolutely none of them.
Read them in order.
Although I have watched the TV series.
Yeah, read them in order.
So I have to start from the beginning?
Some tales build upon other things.
Even if I've watched the TV series, I can't jump ahead?
Ignore the TV series.
Okay.
Start the books from the beginning.
All right. Now we move on to movies. Movies. Do you have a movie this week?
I did not get through a movie.
All right. I have a movie review. The Monkey. I watched The Monkey. Stephen King's short story. I believe from the collection Skeleton Crew.
Sounds right.
Directed by one Osgood Perkins, son of Anthony Perkins. Now, I reviewed Longlegs a few months ago, and I did not like it. And The Monkey starts off... Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Osgood Perkins is a very eccentric, bizarre director. Okay, he's trying to be like a David Lynch. He's trying to be an auteur. He's trying to be out there. You know, he's not trying to just direct like Steven Spielberg's purpose is to give you a story.
Right.
He might not be flashy. He might not try all these tricks and bells and whistles like Christopher Nolan or David Fincher, my 2 favorite directors. But at least you know what Spielberg's going to tell you the story, right? And nothing's going to get in the way of the story. Perkins cares more about being Perkins. And the story be damned. And that's why I didn't like Longlegs, is because Longlegs had potential to be a very, very creepy, interesting serial killer movie and just kind of came off as weird and inconsequential. Now, here's the thing. Even though I just ripped on Stephen King and his writing, because he is the horror version of Tom Clancy. It takes him 10 pages to tell you something he could have told you in one.
Yeah, he's brutal in that regard.
He's still got great ideas. He's still a massively creative mind.
Disturbed, but creative.
Right. And that's where you go with the monkey. Is the heart of the monkey is creepy and weird. But if you're looking for any kind of a linear plot, forget it.
Oh, it's just all over the place.
You basically are thrown right into the middle of the story.
Oh,
Here's
God.
the monkey. Here's this little monkey. He's cursed. When he starts beating on the drum, people die. And you never get an explanation of why, what happened to the monkey, why the monkey's cursed. It's just you have to accept the fact that these two twin boys have inherited this cursed monkey toy, and now they have to figure out a way to destroy it, to take it and get it out of their lives before it kills more people. And of course, it kills more people. The good thing is, because the Stephen King part of this kind of slips through, this is better than Longlegs. But the bad thing is, Perkins still doesn't know how to direct a movie.
That's
he just
sad.
doesn't. And our boy Theo James from The Gentleman stars as the brothers,
right?
The twin brothers. And he does the best job he possibly could.
Within the realm of this hack director.
It tries to be like Final Destination, with all the different ways the different wacky ways people get killed. The problem is, Final Destination, it kind of makes sense.
Right.
The mousetrap kind of thing. Here it's just, you turn the key on the back of the monkey and somebody's going to die and you never know when, and it just happens. A shotgun falls out of the sky and blows somebody's head off. That kind of random stuff. So I will give this a week. So it's not recommending. I am not recommending this. A week, 2.5 frenzies. I will give it credit for the second half actually ends up being better, but it's still just weird, bizarre, unfocused. And again, how are you, at least in the Final Destination movies, we know death does not like to be cheated.
Right.
You cheat death,
it's going to eventually
it's going to come back and it's going to get you in the order that there's logic to it.
Yeah.
Here we're just given cursed monkey, kills people, figure out a way to stop it.
That's not good. That's a cop-out.
It's a little insulting in terms of you're insulting the audience's intelligence just to throw this in there and go,
there you go.
Figure it out. We don't get any backstory on how the monkey is cursed and how it kills people.
See, that's important in the way to stop it.
I agree. So again, a very, very weak 2.5. Not recommending. Although I'm giving it style points, and again, you can kind of feel the Stephen King, creativity bleed through at times.
Well, there you go.
All right. That will lead us into Moments of Silence.
Here on Spotify, Good Pods, Pocket Casts, Apple, Overcast, Castbox, Amazon, Audible, and iHeart Sports Frenzy, baby. And the UB2B.
Boy, that's the least enthusiastic.
It's leading into moments of silence. I can't be joyful doing that into this.
All right.
I have to show the respect.
I know you're showing the respect for one Rick Hurst this week. Rick Hurst? Who? Maestro, who are you talking about? Rick Hurst played Cletus Hogg on the Dukes of Hazzard.
Cletus.
Now, this, of course, was the nephew of Boss Hogg.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've watched the Dukes of Hazzard.
Very long time.
And this one I know really, really deep down impacts Dave. Heart and soul. Jimmy Swaggart passed away this past week.
You and my mom. It's like, oh.
I'm joking.
Mom's like, oh, there was, I don't know, you guys will care, but Jimmy Swaggart passed. I'm like, okay, so big deal.
Jimmy Swaggart was one of the most evil scumbags in the world.
Yeah, your televangelist who was a fucking creep beyond creep.
Yeah, I remember the TV where he's crying. Please forgive me, give me money. Please forgive me, give me money.
Give me money to keep my show going. We got to bring the Lord to more people. Give me money despite me screwing all these women.
He kept getting nailed over and over again with prostitutes. And then he'd come right back and people would still give him money
because they're idiots.
No, I'm just saying this is an example of the evil in the world that we have to combat.
Yes. Ugh.
And I am not a religious person. I never claim to be. I never will be. But I do respect people's religions.
But not televangelists.
But stop getting suckered in by people like this.
The bakers. They just, come on.
Yeah. Oh, God. Legendary newsman Bill Moyers passed away. And then for me personally, I can't even imitate it. The greatest, maybe Johnny Quest would be close. But the greatest TV theme song ever, Lalo Schifrin, the Mission Impossible theme.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, God.
dun, dun.
See, I'm getting a Woody right now. You can't do that. I'm getting a Woody. I just love that so much. I see on the screen the match and the lighting of the fuse. Oh my God, I get so excited. I know something good's coming.
And then the whole dun dun.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's a TV show,
The
movies. Oh,
it's an iconic
Dave's
theme.
probably ecstatic. Now that Lalo Schifrin is dead, he's like, finally, can Kev stop talking about Mission Impossible? Who else can die? Who else can die to get him to shut up about Mission Impossible? Because we all know Tom Cruise is going to live to 100. I'm telling you, you need to watch these movies.
I've watched the first 3, and I enjoyed it.
You need to start Ghost Protocol and start moving forward.
Get there eventually.
What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? All right,
mister, I've never seen the Blues Brothers.
Doesn't do it for me. It doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't. There are movies you can guilt me on. Definitely movies you can guilt me on, where I will go, yeah,
okay,
that's on me. I'm my bad. I should have watched that. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. I need to watch that.
That was pretty
That is a movie I need to watch.
That was pretty
and
good.
Blues Brothers, I don't care.
All right.
I'm sorry, I don't care.
There you go. Thank you. I will not harangue
No,
you
this
anymore on it.
this is a debate we need to have sometime. Movies that you think I should watch, where I'll go, yes, you're right. That's on me, my bad. And other ones where I'll go, nah. I don't care. I don't care.
And you've got yours.
Like
that,
we just reviewed Duster, right? And Howard Hughes played Bullet for the young girl, right? Bullet, I watched it, could have done without it. It's overrated. The chase scene, the car chase scene into Live and Die in L.A., 10 times better. 10 times better than
French
Bullet.
Connection.
Yes, French Connection also.
But they give it to Bullet for starting it.
Why? Just because they're going over the hills in San Francisco? Bullshit. Bullshit. French Connection better, to Live and Die in L.A. better.
And then more because McQueen did the driving himself.
And I love Steve McQueen. Don't get me wrong. I love Steve McQueen.
That's why they make such a big point of it.
No, I get it.
But you're right.
I get it.
As a movie, it's slow. It's so slow.
Yes.
It's painfully slow.
Yes. I was like, what? This is the legendary Bullet that I've heard so much about? Come on.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
No, it is painfully slow. I will admit to that.
Did you ever watch Chinatown?
No, I didn't.
Oh! There you go!
I had no desire.
Oh, David!
I don't
David!
care. Jack Nicholson. I don't care.
It is one of the greatest detective movies ever made. It's got the greatest downer ending ever.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. It holds nothing for me.
Okay. See, there's yours. There's one that I'm telling you should watch, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to. See?
Yeah, Yeah.
See, that would be fun. Sometime we do this. That would be fun. All right. I only have 3. Count them 3.
3 contestants.
And then I do have my last call. All right. Referencing back to something we discussed in TV and streaming. We talked about R.J. Decker, this ABC show starring Scott Speedman, based on Carl Hyacint's Double Whammy. And my little nose, my little PC bullshit sniffer.
Your detector?
Yep. Said it's Disney. It's Disney.
Right.
It's Disney. It's ABC. Because I read the description. And the description said, R.J. Decker starts working with his ex-wife and her partner.
Oh, God.
Who happens to be the police chief. Right? And I said, let me look.
Yep.
I did some digging back into Carl Hyacint's actual book, Double Whammy, and kids. Yes, that's his ex-wife, but she's married to a man. Man in the book. Oh my God, a man. Not a woman, but a man.
God forbid you
fucking bullshit. I'm tired of this.
The book true.
And Hyacint,
story true.
Hyacint must have signed off on this bullshit.
Ugh, stupid.
And this is what I said about Stephen King last week. Because we're getting another Stand. Yeah. Yet another version of the Stand.
Another version of the Stand.
I am tired of... We talk about the fact that we would love to see Jonathan Kellerman, Alex Delaware.
Yeah.
But he obviously guards that property very closely. But Stephen King, I don't care, write me a check. He's a fucking whore, and now I'm wondering if Carl Hyacint's not. I would tell these people, say,
no, you're not doing
you're not changing my goddamn book.
My characters are my characters. They will be as they are.
His ex-wife doesn't turn gay. Okay? She doesn't turn gay. I hate this shit. I hate the fucking Alphabet Mafia.
Not everything has to revolve around that.
Oh, speaking of which, this is the one I really wanted to get you involved in. Because, of course, you deal with the public when it comes to books and free speech every day. There is a San Francisco bookstore called The Booksmith that says they will no longer carry Harry Potter books because of J.K. Rowling's views on the trans community.
Bullshit.
To what I say. That's
Now,
censorship. That's censorship.
As in a private sector. I hate it. I don't think it's right.
I know where you're going. I'm with you. Yeah.
Because how many bakeries refuse to provide cakes for gay couples?
Yeah.
And
You're
they
right.
got called
You're right.
out. But I fucking hate censorship of any kind.
And of course, it's different for you because you're in the public sector.
Yes.
So basically, all doors are open.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's the way it should be. And like you said, this is the private sector, but
I don't have to.
It's
I
censorship.
don't like it. It's still censorship.
yeah. Yeah, and I'm with you. What the fuck does it matter if you bake a cake for a gay couple? I don't care. See, everybody thinks I am all against this bullshit. No, I'm fine with it, but I'm tired of being bullied every second
That's
of
the
every
thing.
minute of every day. Every show has got to have an LGBTQ plus character. That's not fucking true to the story. We just talked about this.
Yeah. Why do you
2 minutes ago.
Why do you have to shoehorn it in? Why make the change?
But at the same time, bake them a fucking cake. Who cares? Why does it impact you? Oh, it's against my religion. So
bake a cake?
your religion doesn't preach all-inclusive love? What are you now, living in Iran? Seriously.
Yeah, things are just so fucked.
Take the money. Bake the fucking cake. And here, San Francisco, we all know that city's fucked up beyond belief. But here's the thing. Be better. You claim to be better, right? The Alphabet Mafia claims that they're so much better than the rest of us. They stand on this high holy ground. Be better. Just sell Harry Potter and shut the fuck up. How about that? You know?
Yeah.
Because the minute another bookstore would pull LGBTQ books, you'd be all in their face.
You can't do that.
Well, wait,
Well,
no,
yeah.
no.
It's a private bookstore. I can sell what I want.
All right. So our last one, before we get the last call. This just bothers me. This is the typical arrogance of Hollywood. And this is a guy I like. Of course, we're looking at the debut coming up in a couple weeks of season 17 of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Man has a massive success with his Wrexham soccer team. We're talking about Rob McElhenney. Married to Caitlin Olsen. She's doing very, very well with her show High Potential on ABC. They're doing great.
Yeah,
Breaking in the money, pulling in the money. Rob McElhenney decided his name is too hard to pronounce.
No, it's not.
After all these years, literally he's been in the spotlight for what, 25 years?
Probably about that, yeah.
Now all of a sudden his name is too hard to pronounce. So he is
so
legally...
are we going to continue the dumbing of America?
Thank you. That's what he is now petitioned, filed to change his name to Rob Mac.
Dumbass.
What is so hard about saying Rob McElhenney?
Nothing.
What is so hard about
McElhenney,
that?
McElhenney.
I don't understand. But it's, like you said, we got to dumb everything down, even our names for the kids.
Be better, people.
All right, so Dave, I put it to you. Out of our 3 dumbass nominees, the whole Carl Hyacin changing of the double whammy
There's
narrative,
so much.
the San Francisco store that will now ban Harry Potter books, or Rob Mack.
Rob Mack, because he's not being true to himself.
I did hear his kids are kind of pissed off about this.
Good.
What? It's not that hard of a name to pronounce.
It's not.
Rob McElhaney.
Fine.
It's not that hard.
No, that's dumb as fuck.
All right, so my last call. We got a little controversy here. Have you heard about the father who dove into the water off a Disney cruise ship
To save his child.
to save his child? And they sat out there for, 20 minutes before they finally got a ship out there, a
The
little
rescue
boat. Yeah. And it all sounds wonderful and, oh my God, so awesome. Such a great story.
Or is it?
But, like most of the things we talk about here at the end of the weekend edition and the sports edition, which drops every Thursday morning, the same places you can find the weekend edition, is there something more going on? Is the father a hero or not? Because he was the one who put his daughter up on the railing on the 4th deck of the Disney cruise ship to take a cute, fun picture, and then she fell off into the ocean.
And there's the rest of the story.
So, the amazing thing is, you've got people on both sides here claiming, yes, the father is an absolute hero, and you have people calling him out saying, why are you people calling him a hero when he was the one that caused the problem to begin with? I just find it very odd that once again, we find as a culture ourselves at odds over something like this. So, yes, he saved his daughter, but would she have been in the position she was in if he hadn't put her in peril in the first place? Always remember both sides of the story, people.
Averted tragedy.
That's your
Let's
Uncle
just
Dave.
be glad tragedy was averted.
That's your Uncle Dave, the Conquistador Dave Height.
That's your Uncle Kev, the Maestro Kevin Crane.
And we hope you enjoyed the weekend edition. As always, we'll do it again next Saturday morning.
You know you're going to have to get the bacon and eggs going once again.
I'm still trying to find that bacon in the tray. I keep seeing the commercials for it, and I think Meyer is the only one here that has it. I gotta buy that.
Go get your bacon.
So I can get my bacon and I can put
Get
it
your
in.
bacon
and
on.
I don't have any mess, anything.
Get the bacon on?
Bacon. I would say something, but I can't. I can't. You'll just...
Take it to another level?
Yeah, I cannot comment further on bacon. Other than I want some bacon. But maybe in a couple weeks we can discuss bacon more.
There we go.
The people out there might know what I'm talking about. But next weekend, of course, and we're 2 weekends away from our concert review. Finally,
Yes.
our first mutual concert review of the year, Quiet Riot and Aldo Nova.
Looking forward to this.
We will have that for you. That will be on the 19th of
Yes.
July. that review. But until then, until next week, we're going to review Sinners, by the way.
Yes, that's our movie for next week.
Yep, that will be on Max right as you're listening right now.
Yep,
it is out
it's
on
on
Max. So, we will catch up. We will review Duster, the entire season of Duster.
We'll have that, definitely.
So, hope you have a great and safe holiday weekend. If you have not blown off any kind of digit or other protuberance on your body, then you're probably by now in good shape.
Yep. And please, by the end of tonight, Saturday, light off the rest of your fireworks. People still have to work on Monday.
Amen, brother. Amen. Because I'm getting tired. I heard fireworks going off. We're recording here on July the 2nd. I heard fireworks at 8:15 this morning.
Ugh, there's no reason for that. Only on the 4th, baby. Only on the 4th.
So again, if you're into the sports thing,
Thursdays.
if you're not, then pop culture in 1 week. That would be July the 12th, 2025. But until then, be safe. Again, don't blow off any extended digits or
Extremities.
anything sticking off your body. Please don't.
And don't put mortar tubes on your head to explode them. We shouldn't have to say it.
No. We've already got Travis Kelce. We don't need any more dumb people in this world. Okay? People with brain damage. God, Taylor Swift, what are you doing? What are you doing with him? Look at
Things
the
you
maestro.
don't wanna
Look
know.
at me. I am so much smarter than him. Not in good physical shape, but still so much smarter than him. Jesus Christ, we could sit here for hours and days and watch the Hollywood Nights and Hot Tub Time Machine and Mallrats. Oh my God, and we could go through 2 cases of Schlitz malt liquor and we would just have a fucking ball, baby. God. Yeah, I'll drink
It's
to that
getting
tonight.
late. He's getting slap happy. Say goodnight to the kids, Kev.
Good night, Taylor.